go to Mark in Boston. Mark, what's up? How are you?
Jim, what's happening, partner?
What's up, partner?
Hey, man, listen, Radio Row right around the corner. I have a legit question for you and your audience. Has anyone seen Bill Romanowski for the last 364 days? I mean, I'm convinced this dude spends the rest of his year hooked up to a pod that feeds him protein, Dianabol, and no more than 2 gallons of water a day. I mean, they occasionally open it up to rub some cream and clear on his chest before he comes out of hibernation for one day to do your show, make fun of fatties, and then return to his sleep trainings. Honest question, Jim. Does Romo cut up lines of creatine when he's at your table and offer you the mirror like, you want to hit this, bro? No, Romo, we're good. That's all you. Hey, and if this gets back to Romo and he manages to ask you about it next week, tell him it was Mark in Hollywood. Like, please, seriously, do not tell him I said any of this. I wanted to chime in really quick on the brawl between Kansas and K-State. I saw they handed out some pretty hefty suspensions. Given Bill Self's track record with the NCAA, do you think those players are on paid or unpaid leave? Look, don't get me wrong. I'm all for dropping the bag. I've been openly advocating for Michigan to cheat for like a decade, and I am here now to make an impassioned plea to Jim Harbaugh. Dude, cheat. Please, God, just cheat like everyone else is doing it. I promise. They don't remember your graduation rates. They remember if you won. Years from now, that sanctimonious bag, Dabo, is going to get busted. And you know what? No one's going to care. We all saw the games. They were dominant. I don't care how Clemson got there. They beat Ohio State. We haven't beaten Ohio State since before Hawk got his growth spurt. The last time Silk was winning smack-offs and Stevie Carbone could still walk out his front door without getting stuck. That's a long time, bro. Just cheat for my sanity. And if you already are, you suck at it. For real. Do better. Hey, Jim, I was going to make a quick Antonio Brown joke, but Radio Row is like 20 minutes from Hollywood, Florida, and I do not want him showing up and smashing Hawk's face with a rock, so you're welcome. Bye.
Rack him. Mark in Boston. Nice job, Mark.
Rack him.
He'll be in the smack-off. He is every single year. He's never won one, but he could. Mark in Boston, starting hour number 2 and getting racked. He said, has anybody seen Romo since Radio Row last year? Yes. Romo did the Jim Rome podcast not long ago and was tremendous. Yeah, Romo takes health pretty seriously. Romo business. Romo told me, I said, Romo, I've got some issues with, quote, gut health. Jimmy, give me 30 days and I can fix you right up. And I bet he could. Romo looks great. Romo sounds great. I haven't gotten yet with my guy D-Dub, so I'm not sure if Romo is on the row. I hope so. Romo is a legend of Radio Row. Romo is a jungle legend, and it all started on Radio Row. I've told that story before. One day, way back in the day, I can't remember exactly what Super Bowl it was, Romo was off to the side, and Romo at that point was not a mainstay. Romo had not been showing up at Radio Row. And my then producer said, hey, man, Romo has been eyeballing you. I'm like, oh, really? Like, I didn't know that. Romo has been looking at me for the last hour like he wants to knock me the hell out. Romo and I did not way back in the day have great history because one day I asked him on ESPN if he was dirty, if he was a dirty player. I thought Romo was going to come through the camera 3,000 miles away and choke me out.
Because I will kill you.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Romo scared the hell out of me. So Romo's just looking at me with that kind of crazy Romo look. And I'm bracing myself. I'm like, all right. Like, we're going to fight, and it's going to go really badly for me. Or something bad's going to happen on the air. But I've always said this. I will own everything I've ever said. I will own everything I've ever done. If an athlete's got a problem with me, here I am. I'm not hard to find. Here I am. Bring him on over. So Romo sits down, and I have no idea what to expect. And Romo just could not have been happier. Romo wanted to be there. Romo's like, Jimmy, I'm a big fan. And ever since then, Romo has been a mainstay of the row. Romo's been a mainstay of the program. Romo anecdotally is unbelievable. I mean, how could you ever replicate or duplicate moments like this where Romo is all filled up, man. Romo is just peaking on whatever protein that he happens to be making at that time, manufacturing, marketing, and selling, and then looks around Radio Row and sees a bunch of people high on donuts.
I get fired up to talk to people that know what they're talking about, okay? And for 90% of the people in this room, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't live it, eat it, breathe it. It's not in their DNA. It's not in their heart. It's not in their soul. They're sitting there eating a bunch of cookies and drinking soft drinks and Cokes and Pepsis, and we're sitting here drinking protein. Let's go, baby.
Hell. And the amazing thing about that is when I was smashing his lean one, I said to him on the air, like, Romo, what's in this? Are there roids in this? Because I feel amazing. And he laughed. He said, no, there's not roids in that. I said, I don't know what's in that, but it feels good. Like my energy literally is picking up, and I'm not halfway through this drink. And then they stopped letting him bring the lean one on the row. And that's when I discovered Old Trapper. Lean protein, man. Beef. So I do not know the answer to the question as to whether or not Romo is going to be on the row. I hope so. I really do. Yo, Dave, is Romo coming? Have you reached out to Jules Romo?